Hi everyone, welcome to Who Said What with your hosts Heba and Nira. We're two sisters in our 40s with lots of stories to share. Having lived across Egypt, the US, Saudi, Kuwait, Dubai, and Europe, we share a unique mix of cultural insights and fresh perspectives. In each episode, we dive into the unfiltered sides of entrepreneurship, motherhood, relationships, and the crazy dynamics of family life. Well, actually, of our crazy family life. Ever wonder how cultures shape our ideas of success, love, and happiness? And why some topics are completely taboo in one country, yet casual conversation in another? Well, we're here to spill the tea, no sugarcoating, just real talk and a lot of laughs. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into another episode of Who Said What. Hi everyone, we're back with another episode of Who Said What. It's me, I'm Heba.
And I'm Nira. Hi everybody.
Hi everyone. So we are basically today talking about...
I'm on the hot seat again.
No, you'll be on the hot seat at some point.
But don't drink my sweater.
Right
this is from when you were Boston, Heba.
I know. J. Crew from college years in 1990.
Why are you making us older?
In the 1990s.
No, late 90s. Late 90s.
Late 90s? I went to college in 94.
I was there in 95. That's already mid-90s.
Okay, so not late 90s.
No, but we finished late 90s.
We finished late 90s. Okay, that was the time when there was only J. Crew in the Gap.
And Banana Republic.
And there was another one.
Anthropology. No, Anthropology came later.
There was another one that was...
Express.
Madewell. No. No, that came later.
Express, Heba. Express.
Express and Victoria's Secret. Literally, those were the only ones.
It was.
Victoria's Secret in terms of clothes, not only bras.
But I bought this in 97, 98. And it's still pretty good.
I know, I still have some of those.
Me too. They made them to last back then. They really made them to last back then.
Yeah.
Now you get a sweater, and then within a year, there's it starts to become frail.
And it always gets out like this lint
thing.
It's so annoying.
Jinx.
Okay. So on the agenda today, we were talking about the power of no, the power of setting boundaries in midlife. Well,
all life.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. But it starts when you're younger.
It's true. I agree. I tell the kids to say no when they don't want anything.
If you don't know how to say it when you're younger, it's hard to develop it when you get older.
Okay, but so do you think you got a good grip on that one?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
What is your thing that you're able to say no emphatically and you're you don't feel bad? Like, give me an example of the last time you said no about something and that you don't feel bad about.
I think I say no quite often, and I rarely feel bad about it, so I can't remember.
Yeah, it's true. You say no all the time.
I say no quite often, and then I think, and then I come back and say yes.
Oh, so you do say yes eventually then?
No, if I'm irritated and somebody tells me something, my initial response is always to say no. It's just it's like
your initial reaction is
defensive thing.
No.
It's a defensive thing. And
no about anything. It's always no.
Not everything, but in certain situations, when somebody says something, I'm like no. And if it irritates me, definitely. If somebody's irritating me, no for sure. Is the first thing that's going to come out of my mouth.
Your no is you know what your no sounds like?
It's like, fuck you?
Exactly. It's not just no, fuck you. How dare you even ask me that question? Which is quite great, which is quite good. Because the funny thing is that I get the rep.
It's not good. It's not, sometimes at work, it's not good. At work, it's not good.
Oh, for sure. I'm always kind of confused because I always compare you to the soup Nazi in Seinfeld.
Oh, I love him.
You remember when he used to always, even before
that... No, it can't be done.
The 4 fat ladies, Nira, can we do this? No, sorry. The client wants us. No, fuck the client. I'm like, okay.
But then, but as opposed to now, when people come and ask me, Nira, this one girl that I know is asking me about, I think, cannolis. And she's like, why can't they make it here in Egypt? I'm like, it's a super difficult dessert to actually make. It is actually not easy.
What do you mean? Cannoli is like this thing.
No.
Stuff it with cream.
That's cannelloni. No. The cannoli is the biscuit.
No, cannelloni is the pasta, right?
Cannoli is the biscuit is very difficult to make. Have you ever tried somebody that made it here? It's first of all, most of the time it's supposed to be very flaky. It's a very flaky cookie. And most of the time, it's b'chid. It's like they overwork the dough.
I don't think I've ever seen cannolis here.
I know I have. Should I name places? I feel bad now.
You name people, so why not name places?
Estro.
Estro or Estra? Or no, Esca.
No, Esca's Esca. Estro is another restaurant in... I don't want to say the location because I want to be extremely bad. But they had cannolis, and I love cannolis. I love them.
Do you really?
Oh my God. I rarely used to eat them, but I used to love. And then Anna made it one time in front of me. No, it's not easy. The dough, and then you have to fry it and let it thing.
That's right. You fry it.
You fry it, and the dough itself, it's like learning how to make kak from your grandmother that used to make them super well versus following a recipe.
Where's the no here in this
question?
No,
I didn't say no. I say, so when she told me now, because when people make suggestions, I immediately I'm like, you know what? I'll try to make it. Yes. No, I'm not at all. I genuinely want to try to make it.
Oh, okay.
I genuinely. So now when it's just me on my own in the kitchen, yes, I'm more eager to try new things and do new things and experiment. Exactly. There, it was such a pain in my fucking ass being in that goddamn kitchen. I said, no, I'm not going to do it because it was a headache every single time. You try to make something new and they're like, I'm like, okay. So I didn't, I would say no very often.
How about with friends?
I don't have to. When do you have to say no to friends? Really?
Actually, no.
My friends don't even, with certain things, they don't even dare ask me.
Like
drugs.
Oh yeah, nobody asks me that because they think I'm so fucking boring and square.
No, you're square.
I'm square.
You're not boring. You're just square.
Yeah, I'm not boring at all.
No. You can drink any man under the table, by the way. So you're not boring. So you're just square. But when people ask me, they don't even bother, or going out late at night, they know my answer is no.
Yeah.
So
nobody asks me anymore. I wish somebody would ask me so I could say no.
Nobody asks.
Nobody asks me.
By the way, they stopped asking me. Like, I've become your square بالنسبة لي أنا.
That's what
I'm
quite
square. No, I don't really. I'm not really I don't go out anymore. You always say I stopped going out because to me it's not enjoyable. To my friends, I'm square.
Yeah. No, but you go. This is where I
socialize.
Yes, you go out. What I'm saying is not necessarily you're going out partying, but you go out.
I go to
regularly,
lunch and dinners and stuff like that with friends.
Or you go to friends' houses at night. But I don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because I have kids now. It's difficult for me.
But your friends are not really the type of let's hang out at my house kind of thing either. By the way, who? None.
I don't have any friends.
No, but your friends are not those type. Hatta the ones that live abroad. Like Anna, Hatem and I, we like to hang out a lot together, but he doesn't like to go out, and he knows I don't like to go out, so we usually sit and watch Black Mirror, because I told you I won't watch it alone. So we sit, or yesterday we started a new show, by the way.
Which one?
I started
something too.
Zero Day.
One? What's
Zero Day?
What's 0 Day? You tell me.
It's that one with that new series on Netflix with Robert De Niro.
Oh, that looks good.
It is, but then the annoying thing is we watched 2 episodes yesterday. It's 6. He's like, it's like, fuck, I really want to watch it. I want to finish the damn series. So I'm going to see it, but I'm going to see him today because there is, what match today? Liverpool and Man City. So it's Mo Salah against Omar. Hello.
Omar Marmoush?
Yes.
I only know about him just because of Zayn now. I have no idea about any of football except from Zayn now.
So now that's going to be interesting because you have 2 really good Egyptian players on opposite teams. So we're going to see Team Mo Salah, Team Omar. We'll see who goes.
I've never seen Omar. Or maybe Zayn.
I watched the first game he played.
Okay.
He's still getting his footing. He's very good though.
Okay,
but Mo Salah is better.
0 Day, how long is it?
6 episodes.
Oh, is it finishes after those 6 episodes?
I don't know.
Or is it just like
I just started watching. I didn't finish.
Well, you know what I started watching finally? I watched season 1 a while ago. I'm going to do like you. I'm going to keep on giving you information and you're going to be like, what is it? What is it? Okay. So I started watching it a while ago, probably a year ago. And then I took my time watching. For some reason, it wasn't really gripping me.
I'm gonna have to.
And the seasons are separate. So I'm on season 2, and it's separate from season 1. I have to say that season 2 is way better than season 1. Season 1 sucks compared to season 2.
They're separate.
But season 2 is a little creepy. Are you getting closer? Are you figuring this out? It's not on Netflix. It's on OSN Plus.
I don't have OSN Plus.
You should get it. It's good. And
He knows what
he knows what I'm talking about.
separate.
No, it's so good. Actually, season 2. I'm actually inclined to not even tell you
what kind
it is.
of Heba? Don't be a bitch, okay?
There is the woman that she's such a good actress, actually, but she's a little creepy in this one. And
She's such a cow. She's
the original MILF.
the original MILF. You mean from American Pie? Mm-hmm. Jennifer.
No, I don't know her name actually.
Coolidge, something like that.
Yes, that's her. So what is this? What is the show?
I'm good. I know.
What's the show?
I have
White Lotus.
Oh no, yeah, no, I would never have gotten that. Is it good?
Season 1 was okay.
Is everybody in that show?
By the way, season 1 was okay. I didn't like it that much. That's
all the actors in that
That's
show?
why I was reluctant to watch season 2. But it's completely separate from season 1. Yet there is Jennifer Coolidge I think she's the only character from season 1 who's in season 2. And it is so fucking good. It's like
Shireen's seen it, right?
Yeah, she didn't like it though.
Okay.
Mark liked it a lot. Anyways,
not surprised there.
That one I watched. I have now just 45 minutes left from the last episode of
How
season 2.
many episodes are there?
6 per season.
6 per season.
And then I'll watch season 3. But I really like it. I like these episodes that really kind of like are interesting and fun.
Zero Day is really weird. So far, I will slide off topic like you have no idea.
We started off with the power of no and putting boundaries, and we're talking about shows. So
I totally agree. We'll get back to that. But wait, 0 Day is really interesting because you think you know what it's about, but you don't. Yeah, that's exactly.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's how I feel. Like,
Okay.
like it starts off, you're like, okay, there's a former president, which is Robert De Niro, comes to save the day because there's a cyber attack on the whole country, whatever. And so reading the synopsis of it, you think, okay, that's going to be like kind of like...
Don't tell me too much. You always
No,
ruin things.
I'm not going to tell you. It's like, you think it's going to be like 24. Wait, relax, chill out, Heba. You never saw this series. But no, I have no clue what's going on.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good for me.
I'm still going to slide off.
Okay, so actually, okay, so
It's the power of saying no.
yeah, I want to like, I'm looking at the questions that I have to see which one that I want to ask you.
Like my sauce?
Okay, yeah, thank God we do the socks thing. We're going to tell everyone, remind everybody because of the foot fetish we had. Now we're putting socks so we cover our feet. Yeah,
That's
we had those comments from weird people.
No, I'm only covering it because it's cold.
Okay, well, no, in summer I'm gonna cover them too.
No. Okay.
Okay, so what is the hardest part about setting a boundary?
Nothing?
Actually saying the word no? Oh my God, I find it very difficult. Anyways, I'm not...
Yeah, but you're the thing.
Do you not feel guilty when you say no?
Only if I see the look. Only when a person gives me a certain look on their face. But other than that, no,
Like
I don't
who?
feel it.
Like Zayn and Nina?
I don't tell them no. Actually, I do. No, there's no problem with setting boundaries. It's just it's a healthy thing. You don't, and then you complain afterwards that you don't, and then you get mad at yourself because you don't. It's a vicious cycle with you, Yanni.
I've lost a lot of friendships because I don't say no, I think.
I know it's very healthy.
Because I think people, which is funny because I give the impression that I'm a bitch and you give the impression like you're nice. But I think I'm nicer because I always feel bad saying no. And so I feel like...
But with friends, it's not about saying no. It's about setting boundaries and making it very clear what's acceptable as what what I accept you do to me as a friend and versus what you don't do to me. So...
what's funny is because
they'll take advantage of you if they don't.
People talk about 20s as a woman surviving your 20s, and then in your 40s you're preserving yourself. I think for me, I did it the other way around because in my 20s and my teens, I always said no. I had boundaries all the time. I had very clear boundaries. As I got older, I felt like, when I look back now, and I felt like I was probably happier then.
When you said
now looking back, because I had... But I didn't realize it was because of setting boundaries, but I think it was. But then as I got older, in my 30s and 40s, because probably I had a lot of... I felt like maybe I should be... Well, I have an ex-boyfriend who told me why. Told me why I don't have boundaries, but he reminded me of something that happened that I think is the reason why subconsciously that I didn't realize at the time. But so basically, I think that
I'm so confused. So this ex of yours,
Yeah,
told you what exactly?
he told me,
And like, you don't have to say like in a nutshell.
in a nutshell, basically, like,
Did he tell you don't set boundaries and that's the problem, or that you do and that's the problem?
No, he didn't tell me anything. He didn't make the link.
Okay.
I made the link when he said something to me about an experience I had that was kind of bad when I was in my 20s. And then it was basically when mom and dad got divorced.
Okay.
Okay, so he realized that had a huge negative impact on me.
It did.
Yeah. Oh my God, I think I'm going to cry now. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be Nira. Anyways, so basically...
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but by the way, I think I realized that was the link why I started to say yes more, because I felt bad saying no at that point. Or no. It's not I felt bad. Is that dad not being there anymore made me feel that I had to be more accommodating to people. You know, and it's true. I was reading this somewhere where fathers give you your confidence. Yeah?
We're gonna fuck them. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad.
So basically, thankfully, mom and dad don't listen. But mom, because mom, I had to have with mom because, you know, me and dad had a very good relationship.
Yeah,
and then after they got separated, I was with mom, and I was hearing every fucking day about how I was horrible and how she it was tough for me. And you guys weren't there. It was just me and her. I think that was the time when I started to let go of my boundaries, because I felt like I had to be more accommodating because mom was so angry at me because of it. Anyways, so I think that's when I started to let go of my boundaries and be more kind of
you never
compromising. Anyways, that was when I became more compromising. And I feel like in my 30s and 40s, because I put my guard down, I was being more accommodating to people. I think I've gotten screwed much more.
Go back.
In these past.
Go back.
You know, I think I should go back.
Go back, absolutely. Because
I'm starting to go back.
Because you know what's funny? It's funny that you say that. I remember when I first came back from the States, actually, mom, yet again, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about mom, but I think she fails to realize how much impact she has on our life. She thinks that what she says to us means nothing. We don't care about what she says to us, but I think it hits us on a very deep level that you don't even realize it consciously, that it's subconsciously,
yes,
it's fucking you. So mom had this thing where you have to be more near. You're such a dude. Translation, mom used to call me mom used to insinuate that I act like such a dude with all that stuff. So I remember when I tried to, you need to be a bit more coquette, which is so not me, by the way. We know that. And then I started to act that way. I started to try to act that way. I was miserable, fucking miserable. Because at one point, it's just not who you are. And it shows that it's not who you are. You know, it comes out that it's not you.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's not genuine. It's not genuine.
I say mom, after divorce or after separation, she needed therapy. We became her therapist. And because I was alone with her.
She still needs therapy.
For many years, I had and I feel like I'm her therapist, which is really fucked with my head at certain points. But I'll tell you something. Definitely when my ex told me that, I was like, that was like a light bulb, because it's true. I feel like now I'm much more accommodating with people that I would never be friends with, or that I would never be like, okay, you know, kind of accept the less than good treatment, because I'm like, you know what? But you know, I always do that. What I noticed oh my God, I just had an epiphany now. I do it mainly only with my girlfriends.
Yes.
Why? I don't do it with guys. Never. I always have boundaries with guys. Girls, I never have boundaries with them. I think maybe it's because of the mom thing, the mom connection. Because mom always made me feel so bad. She said, you're so mean and you're always like, you're just like, you cut us off, you cut me off. And I think
but mom says that about all of us.
But basically, I think that's where I've been having a very hard time, I would say, in the past 10 to 15 years, because of having no boundaries, not placing strong enough boundaries with my girlfriends.
And you have to do it more with the girlfriends. I don't know about Barra or like outside. Here, no, because they take advantage of it, especially the women.
Yeah, so therefore I'm actually reverting back now. So now it's like,
should.
I always feel bad. I feel like, oh shit, I have to call this person and ask about them. I have to text this person and ask about them. I have to be the first one to invite them.
I have to say that all the time.
I'm not doing that anymore.
I say that for months. When somebody calls me, I don't call them back. And I still haven't called some of them back. It's okay.
Although I find, one thing I find very rude? When I text somebody or when you call somebody, I want an answer back to be like, I can't call you, or I'm busy now, I'll call you later. Girl or guy, I don't like the work thing. I find that so annoying and so disrespectful.
I agree.
So there you go. I give you guys a little insight on why I've become a people pleaser and a pushover with girls.
Shireen's the only one that didn't have to feel that.
Well, because she doesn't live here.
No.
By the way, I think it's also easier.
No, but I mean, mom and dad, the separation, because I was there.
She wasn't here.
She wasn't here. My last year in high school was at the very, it was the tip of the iceberg. It started to unravel.
Yeah.
It started to unravel big time when you guys left me. And then when you're at Shreen's graduation, it unraveled for me, because I was so, me, it was like I never saw anything. I didn't see the problems they had.
How could you have not seen them?
Because it just didn't make, to me, them fighting all the time just seemed normal, because they fought all the time from the time I was young till I was older. They never not fought. So that becomes your normal.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But they also were completely disconnected, which was very clear to me that there's a problem there.
But there you go. That also becomes your normal, the disconnection. Yeah. So, and then I got it, and then you got the worst of it, and Shreen wasn't here at all. And so when
Shreen left in 91, so she didn't care. Exactly. And when did they separate in 95? So it was way before she kind of...
and Christmas, he was still here. So beginning of 96.
Okay, so I think I will do the rapid fire question for you, Nira.
Oh, Lord.
So we don't it doesn't become a therapy session here. Okay. What's the thing you wish that you said no to that you wish you hadn't?
Nothing, because that means I regret saying yes or no. I don't regret anything. So
my God, I have so many regrets. I have so many regrets of saying no, not saying no. I regret saying yes, actually, to so many things I should have said no to.
Do I regret saying no to something? No, I don't think so.
Boyfriend? An ex-boyfriend?
No, they're all assholes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Not all. There were some of them were really nice, but they act like assholes afterwards. Do I regret saying no to anything?
One person you can never say no to. Is there a person that you can never say no to?
No.
That's true.
I can say no to anybody just about anything, regardless. There's always going to be a no at one point or another. I'm trying to think. No, I don't regret anything I've done or haven't done.
You feel bad saying no to dad. I feel bad saying no to mom, and I say no to dad all the time.
No, I don't feel bad saying no to dad.
You always feel guilty.
No, I feel like, and mom's gonna hate me for this, of course.
She does not listen to the podcast.
No, mom hates me. Mom hates me because of this. She feels I make more of an effort with dad.
Yeah, but because you live with mom.
But I keep telling her that she doesn't get it.
Yeah, I know. That's
another. And then he did that to himself. I get it, but he's also the age he's at now. He's not like a spring chicken, and so Yanni really. I'll throw it in 15, 20 minutes a day to go say hi and something like that. No, because seriously, it's the least. I feel like it's the least I could do.
Okay, so what's the worst excuse you've used to get out of something? I'm trying to think if there's any.
Well, no,
excuses
I hate using these excuses, but it's an excuse that shuts people up and just has them back off. That a family member is sick.
Oh my God, that's the worst one. You never hang out with family members that are sick.
No.
You never help out. Like who?
I can't remember.
What family member's sick?
Well, when they were our grandparents.
Oh, okay, that's a long time ago.
But
no, like now, like
what has been yours? Worst excuse?
No, I always use. I'm very tired. I'm always very tired. I always say I'm very tired, and
I have to give it
the kids. I have to hang out with the kids, but which is true. Maybe sometimes I could actually go, but it's just like I don't have the energy.
I use your kids as excuses sometimes.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
You're like the men that walk dogs or take babies, just to pick up women at the dock.
What? Pick up men with your kids?
Yes.
Really, Heba?
Yes.
I know. I never know.
You're the good auntie. That's not going to have kids.
If I don't really want to go out, my friends want to go out, I'm like, no, I have to babysit for the kids. And I don't. But it usually shuts them up.
Yeah. Okay, what...
This is very anticlimactic, Heba, I have to say.
What is?
These rapid questions. Or maybe I'm just...
Thanks, bitch.
Sorry.
Who has better boundaries, you or me? Well, we answered that one.
Oh, definitely I do.
Yeah, it's true. Like you said, you say no for everything.
But you see, when you think about it, that's why you have problems with your throat chakra and I don't.
Yeah, it's true. I get throat problems because I don't communicate.
You don't.
I hate confrontation. I hate expressing.
But why do you have to be? Why does it have to be confrontation if you talk? So if you tell somebody, no, I won't do it.
That's why I'm telling you, I need to put very strong boundaries from now on because actually, for some reason, I don't know that when it comes to that kind of thing, the communication, I don't know the middle ground for me is very difficult.
Listen,
I need to just
I'll tell you something.
Girls, actually.
First of all, there's nothing to feel bad about. The worst is that when you tell somebody that is their reaction, but they're going to realize that what you're asking them is completely normal.
No, but I noticed I get a lot of shit for saying no for things like after the fact. They're always like, oh, but you didn't do this and you didn't come here and you didn't do that. I was like,
but no.
But for some reason, it's a very double standard because it's okay for them to do that to me, but it's not okay for me to do that to them.
But you
know what? I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting girlfriends. I'm not having any girlfriends anymore.
No,
that's
it's
it. I'm doing like saying no. No, that's it. I can't, bro.
No, I think it's just no. There's nothing wrong with it, and people will just get used to it, and they have to learn to get used to it.
Okay, how do you set boundaries with men? Because that's everybody's favorite topic when it comes to you, Nira.
Yeah, of course. I don't know. Give me an example, Heba. You're asking me questions I don't know how to answer.
You gotta answer them. Yeah, like.
Oh, the word no is like
comes naturally.
Comes out with guys. It comes out of my mouth like butter on toast. I'm like, seriously, it's like
no, you don't say no to them.
Oh my God,
no, you don't. You've gone out with some really questionable men.
Doesn't mean I didn't say no.
So what happened there?
Didn't mean I wanted to say no. No, questionable men. That's why when I go out with questionable men, nobody knows about it.
No, I'm talking about the ones I know about. Maybe there are others that they're worse that I don't know about.
But most of the time I wasn't gonna say no.
What?
Like, why? If I'm dating a guy that's questionable, clearly I didn't want to say no.
But that's what I'm saying. So you do. Oh my God, that's so funny because I have boundaries with men. You don't have boundaries with men. I don't have boundaries with girls.
The one thing. Actually, the one thing you're right. The one thing I feel bad about is when a guy leans over for a kiss and you just don't really want to kiss them. You're just like, oh. I have a hard time saying no in that situation. I'm like, fine. But it's much
fine.
Do it. Fine, we'll kiss. I'm like, I really do. No, I've kissed a lot of guys that I really don't feel like kissing. But I felt bad saying, because when they're leaning in for the kiss and you're just like, no, they have this look on their face like you just, like,
okay, I remember
punch them in the stomach.
On that note, I'm going to say something, and I don't know, I might not want to share this, but when I was 18 or something, 17 or 18, I had one of those, but the guy was really good looking.
Bad kiss?
And he came to kiss me, and I was like, I pushed his face. I was like, okay, no, that's not good.
But you liked him.
Oh, no. Who?
Oh, I thought you said you liked him.
I liked him because he was very good looking, but I didn't know him well. But he turned out to be
a creep?
Not a creep, but just...
Gross? I was like, bad kisser?
Yeah, awful.
Oh my God, I think I know who it is. I'm not going to say.
Well, no, yeah, don't say.
Of course.
But I don't even remember his name. I was 18.
Wait.
I was 18. I don't remember his name.
Was it in the States?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you remember? No, you won't remember. It's in the summer. Anyways, okay, so...
Wait, did he like that song?
What? Okay.
Did he like that song?
No, I remember anything about him except for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, listen, one last question. Yeah. When someone oversteps, do you confront?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you ignore? Do you ghost? Which one do you do?
I'll tell you something. So if somebody confronts me, or if somebody does something that pisses me off, do I confront them?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a time to be silent, and then there's a time to confront the person. Mm-hmm. I don't usually ghost. It's not my thing. But if somebody does something that pisses me off, I'll easily the next day call them up and be like, don't do that again. That upsets me. I don't like that. Don't do that. And I've done that with several of my closest friends, actually. And then there's some things when somebody pisses me off, I just, you start to think, now if I confront them, will I get the reaction I want or not? Will it be a proper discussion and get the outcome that I want? If I feel no is the answer to that, then I won't confront them.
Okay, and at the times I've confronted, they backfired in my face. Not very often, but maybe 2 or 3 times in my life when I've confronted, they backfire. And I get gaslighted a lot by girlfriends. That's one thing. Secondly, I'm very good at ghosting. I prefer to ghost. All the way. I'm not like interested in having a conversation. For me, I'm very good at ghosting. I'm going to start ghosting again. Okay, so.
No, yeah, you can. I mean, and for me, I'll tell you, if you don't let's say if you get a really bad reaction from somebody when you confront them.
That's more annoying for me. I always say, I regret actually confronting that person. No. I was trying to give that person a chance, but then I'm like, okay, now.
No, but then to me, if I'm trying to give a person a chance and then they respond the way I don't want, they didn't respond, then I already know that I'm happy I confronted them because their reaction confirms my feeling.
Yeah, no, and my feelings are usually spot on. I realize now I need to trust my intuition and my gut more because I actually don't need to confront.
And it's backfired a couple of times when I confronted, but that's their issue, not mine. They're projecting their issue and their anger. It's not my problem. They'll deal with it on their own.
Okay, cool. On that note, everybody, if anybody has any questions for Nira,
or
Nira's wisdom, or my
she's got plenty of wisdom too,
on ghosting, on confronting, on communication, and please let us know how you set boundaries and what is your go-to way of confronting people. I don't know. I'm just not good at it. But let us know. Give us your suggestions. Okay, and until next time.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Who Said What. We hope you enjoyed this episode and found a bit of laughter, a few lessons, or even a new perspective along the way. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes moments and to stay up to date on what's coming next.